Hi, Manychatters. This is Trilce Girongarro here with Manychat and Meta, and we have reached the end of our ads that click to X sessions. That means ads that click to Facebook Messenger, to Instagram, to WhatsApp. And what a journey. I really hope that you have learned so much on how to connect your Manychat automations to all of your ads. So in this final session, we're going to be talking about how you can actually optimize your ads and optimize your automations. Let's keep in mind that they are not supposed to be static. They're not supposed to just sit there and exist. You can make them better. You can learn more from them, and all of the hidden insights that you might not know are there. So let's go into it and learn how to optimize our ads.
I think something super important for us to talk about and for us to wrap this session with is the fact that you can optimize your ads. They're not supposed to be static. They're not supposed to be something that you just leave there and let it be. Your ads learn, they grow, and you can help them evolve. The more data they collect, the more people they interact with, the more information you're going to have to make it better, lower your costs, and increase your conversion rate. So we're going to talk about how to make your ads work even better over time, okay? You ready? So let me ask you this. Did you know that already? Did you know that your ads and automations can evolve over time? You can create it, let them learn for a little bit, check for patterns, and optimize them. So let's start optimizing within the Ads Manager. This means that we're going to learn how to make better over time all of our advertisement within the Meta Business Suite and the Ads Manager. So as you know, when you go into the View Inside section within the Ads Manager for each marketing campaign, you can find a dashboard just like this. Within the performance overview, you can see in this example, we have a traffic advertisement, clicks to WhatsApp, just like we saw in the previous session, and we have 5,300 link clicks at 6 cents per click. And you can see in the demographics, when I'm going through platform, that this one was only placed on Facebook. I strongly recommend, and I have said this in every video before, that you separate your campaigns by marketing channel. Meaning, one campaign for Facebook, one campaign for Instagram. This way, you can actually measure the results for each channel without having them competing against each other. This is just basic information that you can get from the View Insight section. But let's actually learn how you can make things better, how you can create columns that give you amazing data at a glance. Within the Ads Manager, you can see all of the data from your age groups, devices, location and channel, media type that the people are consuming, so you can know what to target and what to avoid. So let's go and optimize an ad together from the Business Suite. Within the Ads Manager, you can see all of your drafts, all of your completed campaigns, everything that is already off. And the cool thing is you can click on a specific campaign, go into the ad sets, you can select either just one of the ad sets within that campaign or both, and go into the information for each of those groups. So here you can see that we had 3 in draft, 2 as a setup error, and 2 that were completed successfully. Your information on the columns is going to be by default ad set name, bid strategy, budget, last significant edit, attribution setting, results, reach, all the way to the end. But you're thinking, that's not the information I want. And I was thinking the same thing. So what you want to do is you want to head up here to columns performance. Meta has already pre-designed all of these different column views for you to toggle between. We have setup, delivery, engagement. Let's try engagement real quick. See how the columns have changed. Now we have fewer columns and we have page engagement, reactions, comments, saves, shares, link clicks, any new followers that the ad generated, and cost per link click. Another option is that you can create your own personalized column sets just by clicking here, scrolling all the way down to customize columns, and in this area, you can select what you actually need to see. So in this case, for example, I don't need to see how many saves or how many shares. I don't want to see how many new likes or followers. I do want to see the reach. I want to go down into messaging, and I really want to know how many new messaging connections were made because of these ads. And if there are any, I want to see the cost per new messaging connection. This is going to mean people that went into my page to start a conversation with me. Let's click apply. And before I do that, you can save this as a preset and name it so you know that this group of columns is whatever you need it to be. So here you can see that this ones did not generate a single new messaging connection because I was sending everyone over to a link. But in case you are trying different ads, different placements, different everything, for you to know which one of these were creating the most amount of messages, these two columns are going to be vital. Something else that you can do is that you can set whatever you have right there as a default and save those custom columns for you to use later on. And here's where it gets really, really cool. When you go right next to it into breakdown, you can see so much information that you wouldn't imagine. So you can see, okay, I want to see by time how it did within a week. So you can see week by week, how did the ad do? You can say, oh, I want to see it by day actually. And from this, you can notice which day of the week is doing better. You can identify patterns. Oh, turns out that on Thursdays, it did so much better than in any other weekday. If you have an evergreen campaign, that means that it's going to be on forever. Then you can optimize. You're going to break down by month, and you can see which month is your best performing month of the year. When you go into delivery, you can see what age groups are the best for your ad. So in this case, you can see that the age groups from 55 plus are the most engaging community. And here it is showing the data to me by day and by age group. If I just wanted to see age group, then I can go in and put none by time, and it's just going to show me the age group. So you can see again that the most connections for this particular ad are people over 55 years old. I can go by region, and this is showing me provinces. So here I know, and I can see very, very easily that these two areas are doing way better than all the others. If I wanted to, I could have it broken down by region. I could have it by week. And this way I can see each day per region for me to get more information around it. So if you were me, if you were seeing this ad set and you wanted to optimize this ad set, here we're looking at the age groups. We now know that people over 55 years of age are the most engaging with this specific ad. And why am I showing you this one? Because it's really important for us to take into consideration that just because other generations are the ones more active on social media doesn't mean that they are the only ones. This is a product targeted heavily for people over 55 years of age. And I did not segment this. I did not tell Meta, hey, can you please find me people over 55? No, I actually placed it over 35. And you can see that 35 all the way up to 45, let's say 54 even, it was not performing that well. So I'll give you 5 seconds. I'll count down 5 seconds. And I want you to think, if you were to optimize this ad to make it better, what would you do? I'll start counting now. If you thought, segment my audience so it's only people over 50, you would be amazingly right. All of these people right here, they are basically coming in at a cost. They are not an investment. I am not investing in these audiences because they're likely not going to perform that well if I can see the biggest chunk of the engagement is coming from the elder generation. So what I can do is go into my messaging ad. I'm going to go into the ad set, and I can click here on edit, scroll all the way down to my audiences, and I am going to change this to go over 50. If you're seeing that 85% of your engagement is coming in through people on a specific type of phone, you can optimize for that. If you're seeing that most people are men or women, you can optimize for that as well. The idea here is for you to target your perfect audience, reducing your costs and increasing your conversion rates. So now we're going to talk about how to optimize from Manychat. How are we going to make our automations better over time? So as you can see right here, we have a Manychat flow that says, hey, first name, to make sure you don't miss the event, click below to subscribe for messenger reminders. My options are remind me and no thanks. As you can see, only 4% of the people here replied no thanks. And of course, here what we're trying to make sure is that people have the option of choosing, oh no, thank you, I don't want to know more about this event. But what if this was a lead qualifying message? What if this was, hey, would you like to know more about our deals? Would you like to know more about incoming discounts and promos? How do you get it to that 83% yes, please remind me or more? How can you make a test? How can you actually try things out? And how can you optimize your Manychat flow to make sure that yes, please remind me I am in wholeheartedly, woohoo, button is clicked the most? Well, that's what we're going to learn right now. Your Manychat flow is going to show you all the data from your highest converting buttons, copy, follow-ups. You will be able to see which path are people taking the most. So let's optimize an automation together, shall we? In this example right here, we have a flow for a giveaway. And what it does is very simple. The first thing it does is make sure that the person is entering the giveaway before the end date. If it's not, meaning if it's after April 6th, it was going to say, oopsie, too late, the giveaway is over. Here you can see how many people went into the giveaway within the time frame for the event, and 90% of those people actually entered it. That is a really, really good number. So what is something you can do before publishing your flows that can help you set things up? We're going to duplicate this one so I can show you. Awesome. So here we have the exact same copy of that flow. And I'm going to do the following. I'm going to double click anywhere on the screen and I'm going to add a randomizer set to 50-50. When people come into this at the right time, it's going to go into the randomizer first. 50% of the users are going to go down this path. And I'm going to copy paste this. This is done by holding down the shift key and moving your mouse pressed along the screen. Okay, great. So I'm going to try sending another 50% of people down this path. But what I'm going to do is edit this one. Let's imagine that this one had not been started. We had not tested this before. We did not have that incredible 90% enter giveaway click-through rate. And in this one, I'm going to test a different copy. Instead of enter giveaway, I'm going to say, let's do it. You could also play around with the copy here, but I really suggest testing just one variable at a time. So once you have done all of your edits to this copy, you can change what it says right here. You can change the questions. You can change around different buttons, having more than one. Something my friend Lauren Petrullo taught me that I love is having 2 yeses and a meh. So that would be let's do it, let's go, as my friend David would say, and sure. Just, it's not let's go, it's not let's do it, it's just sure. This way, people can select the one they feel most comfortable with. All of these are going to do the exact same thing. They are all going to the exact same place. But this way, you can give people options to select based on their mood, and you can have an A/B testing within Manychat for you to figure out which one of these versions has the highest conversion rate. So once you have that published, if you see, let's say that this version had 90% and this one had 83%, what do you want to do? You want to go back into your flow and just get rid of that A/B testing. You're just going to connect your condition straight to your best performing message. So in the beginning, what you would have is a randomizer to A/B test 2 different options, and whichever option is the best performing, you're going to take this and put it on that one and hit publish. So let's go over some wise words from our experts. Here we have my friend Mackenzie Lieberman saying you need to have different ad sets per channel. Different ad sets per channel, guys. I have been telling you this too. You need to have your ad sets in different groups per channel so you don't have them competing against each other. Do not, and I repeat, do not judge your ad until the 3rd day. On day 1, you can say, oh, it's not really doing that well. On day 2.5, you can say, it's not doing that well. And then on day 3, at the end of day 3, then you can actually start seeing a lot of traction. It takes your ads a little bit to learn, a little bit to improve, and a little bit to get that momentum. And always test several images. Remember, you do not want to have just one ad within your ad set, just one image. That really doesn't give your audience nor your Facebook Business Suite and Ads Manager the opportunity to decide which graphic is the best. You really can't assume, oh, this image is going to be my best converting one. I always like to have a minimum of 3 and a maximum of 5 images within an ad set. Those are the different ads. so that I can actually test out and see results within different campaigns. We love Charlene. This is a tip from her. Number 1, have different audiences. Do you remember that we learned this in the second session about the ads manager? You need to test different audiences so you can see who reacts the best to your ad. If you're starting from scratch, you need to accumulate your data first and test. That means you need to start testing different ads, knowing that they're not going to be the best performing, they're not going to be huge campaigns. You need to start testing things around to make sure that you find what actually works. And always retarget your audience. Always make sure that you re-engage with those that already know about your brand. Ideally, if they have already messaged you before. Because maybe they didn't have either the time or the budget to purchase what you were offering back then, but they were already interested. So if you're launching a new campaign with a discount, with a giveaway, with a little gift per purchase, then you can retarget those and give them that little push for them to purchase. And the tips from me. Have different sizes, one per format. Remember what I told you. You cannot have just a square image for your ads. You need to have your feed size and your story size. If you have no idea how to target, like, Trilce, should I make this for people of these ages? Should I make this for this manual segmentation? You can always create lookalikes. Like we saw on the sessions, you can tell the business suite, hey, can you please find everyone who has sent me a message in the past year, in the past 30 days, and create an audience that looks the most like these people. And always assign tags within your flows on Manychat so you can track the ROI. Assigning tags is a great way to keep things organized within your flows and actually get data back for your stats.
And after that, we have reached the very, very end of our CTX webinar experience, journey, path, adventure. So I really hope that you learned so many cool new tricks that you can use for your own businesses and that you had amazing aha moments. So I really, really do hope you watched all of them. And if you didn't, you can always go back and rewatch or go back and watch a piece you didn't see before, okay? So saying goodbye to you, my lovelies. This has been Trilce Girongarro with Manychat and Meta, and I really hope to see you soon on our next webinar.